Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show. I'm Wendy Y. Bailey, and I'm your host for this bonus episode of the show. This is a web TV show and audio podcast. So if you're watching, know that you can listen. If you're listening, know that you can watch it. Today, I'm live streaming on Facebook, LinkedIn, and the YouTube channel for Profitable Coaching Conversations. This show will be created as a replay, if you will, for Roku and Amazon TV. So welcome everyone to the show. I'm so glad you decided to join me today. Today, I want to talk to you about predictable coaching income. But before I get into that, let me share with you, if you miss any episodes, if you want to catch all of the episodes, you can go to wrong link. Let me go back. You can go to profitablecoachingconversations.com. There we go. profitablecoachingconversations.com and catch every single episode so that you don't miss a single thing. Thus far, this is now a weekday show. It went weekday this week in particular. So you should be able to see 5 episodes every single week. If you want to grow your business, grow your coaching business in particular, if you want to learn sales and marketing strategies that will help you grow your coaching business, I interview some amazing guests. And then every week I actually do this live, which is sharing bonus content with you. Today's topic is all about predictable coaching income. And so I wanted to find out if you really know what predictable coaching income is. The thing that I learned a long time ago is that when you are in your business, when you're a coach, when you're a strategist, when you're a mentor, hey, Stephanie, when you are a content creator, you're a marketplace influencer, you're an emerging thought leader, if any of those monikers describe you and what you do in the marketplace, you want to be in the best position to create predictable coaching income. Predictable coaching income. That means that you're not just waiting on something to happen in terms of revenue or income. It means that you are planning in a way that says, in August, I'm going to make X number of dollars because this is the program that's going to generate the revenue from me. In September, I'm going to be launching this product, and this product is going to create so much in revenue and income for me. So when you think about predictability in your income, it's crucial that you have some clarification around many things related to your income. Like you've got to know some things. So today, what I want to talk to you about is to okay, LinkedIn is telling me they're having problems with my live stream. So let me check that out before I come back over and actually begin our topic. Yeah, so you want to make sure that you are aware of the components that will make the difference for you as it relates to predictability in your income. The thing that I've seen is when there is no predictability in your income, you really suffer with famine and drought a little too much in your business. It's never a welcome thing to have famine or drought, but if you don't plan for income, if you don't plan for revenue, then what's going to happen is you're going to miss out on opportunities to truly generate revenue. I'm just looking to make sure I am live on LinkedIn. Let's see. Do I see myself on LinkedIn? If you're on LinkedIn, just say hello. Let me know that you see me on LinkedIn. Where am I? Okay, I am live on LinkedIn, it looks like. LinkedIn said they're having some trouble. Do I see myself? Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn. Good. I see myself. I heard myself on LinkedIn. So welcome if you're just jumping in. I appreciate you being here. You want to make sure that you have the means, the ability, the tools to create predictability in your coaching income, month by month, quarter by quarter, year by year. And then you can plan for growth. You can plan for scaling your coaching business. You can plan because you're also monitoring metrics and things like that along the way. So I'm going to give you 5 things today that I think will really, really help you gain clarification about your income and the predictability of your income. As I said before, you can go to profitablecoachingconversations.com and you can see all of the episodes there. If you miss anything, if you have to leave and you want to watch it later, this episode will be here, right here live, wherever you're tuned into it. You can also go to the website and catch the rest of it. The last thing I want to say is I host rooms regularly, and there are leaders that also host rooms on Clubhouse every week. So when you go to profitablecoachingclub.com, you can get access to those really high value rooms that are being hosted there. I'm not the only person. There are leaders who are there. We have leaders talking about visibility and social media and purpose. We have leaders who are talking about financial and legal matters related to securing your coaching business. If you're a startup, it's a great way to plug into that as well. There are also leaders who are talking about health and how you want to manage your health. We have other leaders that are going to be coming up talking about writing a book and authoring a book deal and using your book as a brand. We've got a lot of stuff going on over on Clubhouse, but be sure to join me at Profitable Coaching Club so you can hear and see the leaders that are there. So let's kind of jump in. When I talk about predictability in your coaching, there are 5 key components I want to give you today that will help you think about predictability, think about sort of planning for revenue, planning for income. And it's also going to help you feel more secure in how you're running your coaching business. So the first thing, and these are not in any particular order, but you've got to have a program. When I say a program, it can be an individual coaching program, it can be group coaching program, it can be a mastermind, it can be, think about the program that you offer. If you have more than one program, you want to list all of your programs. You want to know what each of your programs are. When you think of the content that you have, it could be your services. It could be your one-on-one service. It could be a package. It could be a product. The thing that I want to emphasize is that when you have predictability, it must start with your content. You've got to have some structured way of delivering what you do in the marketplace to your most ideal clients. That structure is a program. That vehicle is a package. That structure, again, is a service. Maybe it's a product. And I believe that when you have lots of different content, you create a lot more variety around what you do. It doesn't mean you start offering things outside of your area of expertise. It does mean that when you are thinking about creating a plan for predictability, you know exactly what you're going to be doing time over time, week after week, throughout your calendar year. Okay, so content is the key. So package your program, identify your package, make sure you understand the services you offer, and the content is structured around that. I'll tell you in just a minute why that's so important. The second thing you want to have, and again, this is not necessarily in order, you got to have time, right? When you create a program, you create a package, you create a service, you need to know the start time and the end time of that service. You need to be able to convey to your most ideal clients those times, right? Those times help you in your planning in your predictable income and predictable revenue. You got to make sure that they're tied to a calendar. Case in point, I have a 5-city tour that I'm going to start talking about next week. And that 5-city tour, it's tied to certain dates on the calendar in certain cities. That's a program, if you will. And because of that program, I know what's going to happen when each of those cities happens. I know how many people I want in each city. I know how much each person is going to pay. I know all of those details. It's tied to my calendar because those are very specific dates that I'm going to be doing that. The same thing applies when you're creating a program, when you're launching your program. You've got to know, when you're going to launch your program. You've got to know how long your program is going to be. Then you can anticipate a couple of things. You can anticipate when you need to be promoting your program. You need to identify that. Then you can actually identify the flow of income. The last and most important piece of that is when it's tied to a calendar, then you can plan out your promotions for that. You can look at your calendar and say, you know what? Based on this program starting on, August 1st, that means I need to give myself ample time to put it into the marketplace, to let people know what I'm doing. Based on letting people know what I'm doing, I can anticipate this many enrollments. Based on this many enrollments, I know during this calendar month, this is what's going to happen. Thank you guys for popping on. I see more people are popping on now. Yeah, so when you think about your predictable coaching income plan, which is a must-have if you're an entrepreneur and especially if you're a coach, so that you can avoid the famine and the drought in your business. I see people and I talk to people every day and they go, wow, I had no idea. Hey, Danya Zimmerman, I had no idea that I really needed to think about it in this way. Well, yes, you do need to think about it in this way. When you think about it in this way, then you can plan, and that means plan for your expenditures. You can plan for your special investments you want to make. You can plan for your time. It's got to be tied to a calendar. You've got to make sure it's tied to a calendar. So I said before, the first thing is your content. The second thing is your calendar. The third thing, to me, ties directly to the time and the calendar. You got to have benchmarks and goals. When I talk about the content and I talk about the time and I talk about the calendar, the benchmarks and goals, all of that's related to what you put on your calendar. You've got to know certain gates, if you will, certain milestones that you want to achieve in order to ensure the success of your program. That's what the benchmarks do for you. Goals must also be SMART goals. That means they're specific, they're measurable, they're attainable or achievable. They're reasonable goals, so they're realistic as well, and then they're time bound. SMART goals are always tied to your calendar. SMART goals are always clear and very specific, that you can march down toward, that you can achieve based on time. Okay. But they also need to be realistic and reasonable. They need to be goals that you can readily achieve. You can't set goals that are really pie in the sky goals if you don't have stuff to back it up, if you don't have strategy to back it up, if you don't have content to back it up, if you don't have the calendar time to back it up. I've had people who said to me, wow, I've been promoting something for 3 weeks and trying to fill a program. Well, when I told them that sometimes, depending on the kind of footprint you have and how active and engaged, your list is, you've got to have a lot more time depending on that activity around your list. Now, understand, I've launched programs in more than 20 years. I've launched programs and been kind of like, well, why is nobody buying the program? Well, when you understand benchmarks and goals and you're looking at your calendar, when something's not working in your marketing or promotions, you get to tweak whatever you're doing. You get to extend your timeline. You get to make changes that will support you in reaching those benchmarks and those goals. And think of, again, benchmarks as milestones, right? Milestones that lead to your ultimate goal. And as you're moving closer through those milestones, you can adjust and you can adapt and you can pivot whatever you're doing in your marketing. That's why it's important to have benchmarks and goals. And then the next thing I want to talk about is value. This is such a big topic. I could go into it, and I actually do go into it in my Predictable Coaching Income Masterclass program. Value is the secret sauce that sells your programs, that really helps you define your content for your programs, your services. Value is the secret sauce for your ability to convert people into your programs, to enroll people who want to be in your programs. Yeah, value is the secret sauce, but most people don't know what value is. Most people don't know how to promote the value of what they offer in their coaching programs, products, and services. Most people struggle in this area. They know that what they're doing is really good. They know it's meaningful work, not just for them, but for their clients. But what they struggle with is how to showcase that value, how to share the expertise that they have, how to disclose the experience they're bringing to deliver the program, service, product, or package to their clients. So when I talk about value, it really is about all of that, right? That's a huge thing. And during my predictable coaching income master class, what I actually do is I walk people through a value exercise so that they identify everything that goes into the program and why it is a measurable impact that value makes. Measurable impact. It's not something that I just believe or they just believe. It's something that they can actually put a number on. And when you can put a number on value, you go a long way in terms of, being clear about your prices, right? You go a long way. Value is huge in doing that. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Predictable Coaching Income Masterclass in just a minute, and I'll tell you more about value in particular. But when you're thinking of, I'll say this last thing, when you're thinking of value, when you're deciding on what value really looks like for you, it means that you have to understand every aspect of that program. It means you get to the nooks and crannies so that you can articulate value in a way that's meaningful to your most ideal clients, in a way that is attractive to your most ideal clients, in a way that when they see the value of your program, they're going to want to enroll. They want to invest in coaching with you. They want to be part of the value that you're creating. It's not enough to call it a high value program. You've got to create the value as part of the content, as part of the program, as part of how you promote the program, how you set your benchmarks. Value is crucial. And the last aspect around your predictable coaching income plan is you've got to understand value as it ties to price. You can't undercharge when you know the value is high on your program. You can't charge at a certain level until you identify the elements of value that go into the price or the fee of your program. I want to make sure you guys understand that it's not enough for you to say my program is, and I'm going to use some round numbers, my program is $1,000. It's not enough for you to say that. You need to know what goes into that makes it $1,000. You need to know that what goes into the value has measurable impact. You know the dollar impact of it. You know what you're investing in that program to make it high value. You know what it's going to do in terms of, I said measurable impact, what the program is going to create for your clients. There was a time a few years ago when, and I still say it every now and then now, but as a business and sales coach, what I would tell my clients is I show my clients how to double, triple, quadruple, and even quintuple their income. And I didn't just say it, I wasn't just making it up. I had testimonials where people said, my business grew by 300% in 90 days. I was able to 4 times my income because of the work with you. So it made it easy because they gave me the sound bites, if you will, that represented the measurable impact that they were having, right? Because they were in my program. You need to know very clearly the impact that you're having. What are your clients saying about working with you? It's not enough for them to say, oh, you were a great coach. They need to be able to articulate so others understand what that great coach looks like, what that better situation than they had looks like. And it's almost like, they start at one place with you and they move toward a certain other place with you because they worked with you. They moved from beginning to end, and the end resulted in them being in a different space and place than they were before they started working with you. So you want to be mindful of the kind of impact you're making. Sometimes it comes from our clients, those sound bites, as I call them. Sometimes it comes from us just knowing our process. I talked with a potential guest for the show earlier today, and she was like, it's the customer journey. And I'm like, exactly. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to price. You need to understand the customer journey end to end. Then you can see the elements that go into the price. And then you can set your fees at a place that they're always high value and high dollar, and you're never undercharging. The reason I wanted to share this topic with you is because I'm teaching my masterclass program again. Predictable Coaching Income is a masterclass program. It's filled with sessions and applicable content. I really believe in immersing you in this whole concept of creating predictable income and making sure you have a plan to do so. As part of the masterclass program, we actually begin to create your predictable coaching income plan. There are sessions that are actually labs so that you roll your sleeves up and I roll mine up with you and we work through your program. Those pricing elements I talked about, those value elements I talked about, identifying those benchmarks and goals, and making sure that you can walk away at the end of the masterclass program with the beginning of a predictable coaching income plan, knowing the structure of it, knowing what you're doing, how you're doing it, really does help you to be able to plan month over month how much income you're going to have. That's actually what sets you up for growth. If I didn't know how much money I was making every month, how could I know that I was getting close to six figures, or going beyond six figures? Predictable coaching income definitely helps you to do that. Means my mouth has been open too long. I've been talking too much. I got air. So go to predictablecoachingincome.com and you can join the masterclass program that is coming up in about 6 weeks. So be sure that you check out the details. If you have any questions about anything, if I can support you in any way, you can book, a 15-minute conversation with me. And I'm going to put the link here. You can book that time with me. You can go to chatwithwendy.com. I'm available to answer any questions you have about the program. The 15 minutes is not a coaching session. It really is. I'm interested in working with you. Here's where I am. Is the Predictable Coaching Income Masterclass program the right thing for me? That's what the 15-minute session is for you. So, as you're looking at your coaching business and you're thinking of where you want to go in your future, it's a great opportunity for you to ask yourself, do I have a predictable coaching income plan? And if your answer is, I don't know, or it's no, let me assure you that when you enroll in the Predictable Coaching Income Masterclass program, what you're going to find is you get everything you need that's going to help you create predictability in your coaching business. Join the after party at profitablecoachingsociety.com. We're over there. We're talking. We are supporting each other. There's a group of more than 400 coaches. And so there's a lot going on in the community. I invite you to join me to be part of that. And I hope that you will check out previous episodes at profitablecoachingconversations.com and that you check out the next masterclass program coming up at predictablecoachingincome.com. So I'll be back next week for another live bonus episode. We have another episode coming out next week. Tomorrow. And then we go back to Monday through Friday again. But next week, I'll be back with a bonus episode to serve and support you in growing your coaching business. Thanks so much for tuning in, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.